Hello, everyone. Welcome to Legit Kid Lit. I'm Alexis, and sadly, we're solo without Tiffany, but she'll join us next weekend. Welcome to Legit Kid Lit, and today we welcome a fantastic group of authors. Before we introduce them, how about we do something fun? I want you to draw the cover of your book with your eyes closed.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
So I'm going to get my timer ready. You have 2 minutes. Ready? Go.
I don't even know where the paper is.
Don't draw on your desk.
No.
And if you finish early, that's okay.
Oh.
I think I just spelled it wrong.
I might have to. I might have missed a letter or two. I don't know. I think my pen just went off my paper.
And I was writing on my desk, so I'm gonna on the desk here. So let me do this again.
No.
Okay.
Can we open?
Oh my!
You can open your eyes when you're done.
Oh my! It's beautiful.
Oh no! This is very bad.
Oh.
I can't wait to do the side-by-side comparisons.
Okay.
Yes.
Who has the most complicated cover? I was trying to think.
I feel like Jess, you have a lot going on in your cover.
Oh, okay. I just
Very
finished mine.
All right, who wants to show theirs off first and introduce yourself and your book for us?
Oh, you know what? There's something going on outside. I'll be right back.
Oh, she just didn't want to go first. All right.
All right.
So you want to go?
I'll go first. Since
All right,
mine's gonna be the
Ernesto.
worst. I'm gonna set the bar really, really low for everybody. So here's the cover. You know what I feel like? I feel like I'm the TV show. Nailed It.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh!
Yes. Yes.
Three, right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Nailed it.
The title is very apropos.
Yay!
That was awesome. All right, who's next?
Does he want to introduce his book, or are we going to do that after we've all?
Oh, yes. Go ahead and tell us. Yes, tell us about your book.
Oh, okay. So my name is Ernesto Cisneros, and this is my newest book, Falling Short. It's ultimately a book about self-acceptance, and it's about two best friends who are going to try to channel each other and become more like each other in hopes of bettering themselves, not realizing that, they're awesome just the way that they are.
A great message for that age. I love it. All right, who's up next?
I'll go since
All right,
since
PJ.
I got accused. I got accused. All right, so here's the actual cover, and here's my drawing.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty awesome. I made sure to get the duck. I got the duck in there. Wait, where is it? There's the duck.
Yes.
So I'm PJ Gardner, and this is my book, Horace and Bullwinkle. It's the first in a series. Book 3 actually comes out November 22nd. It's about a Boston Terrier and a potbelly piglet who solve mysteries on a farm.
Oh, that's so cute.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. Thank you. All right.
I'll go next.
All right.
Okay, I'm Celesta Rimington, and this is my book, Tips for Magicians. And I'm going to do what Ernesto did. I think that was fantastic. Okay, ready? Nailed it.
Yes. Oh my God, that's really good.
Actually,
that's pretty good. Surprised about the words. I thought
yes,
that was actually kind of interesting that I did okay with those.
They're in the order. They're straight. Like they're nice.
Right. I put my finger next to my pen. Maybe that's how it helps. Anyway, Tips for Magicians is about a boy who loves to do card magic tricks and show them to people. It's his way of making friends and also dealing with life when it gets hard. And this is an adventure in the southern Utah desert where Harrison meets some friends. He finds out about an art contest, and the winner of the art contest wins a magical wish. And this book deals with healing from grief through friendship, nature, and the arts. And it's a lot about friendship and family and connections with animals.
Nice.
Oh, that sounds great. All right, Jess.
All right, here it comes. So this is my book, The Hike to Home.
That's a hard one to draw.
It's got a lot of stuff in there. So don't blame me when you see, how do you do this like mirror thing? I'm like, ta-da!
Yeah.
That's really good.
The Hike to Home. I don't know.
Perfect.
The Hike to Home is about a little girl named Lynn, who normally is adventuring with her family. They have their own YouTube channel and they flip houses and they travel the country. And so she's never had like a typical growing up experience in public school and all that. And she ends up stuck in New Jersey for the summer and thinks it's going to be the most boring summer of her life. And to make matters worse, her mom is away for a year on a special artist residency project. And so she has to navigate life all by herself for a little while. And she meets a couple friends pretty quickly who are on the cover. And they decide to head off on their own adventure into the woods looking for an abandoned castle that's rumored to be up in the mountains. And the story is very much about friendship for sure, but also family and different dynamics where she doesn't really have a traditional domestic nuclear family quite in the same way. And so I really wanted to create a story where like especially the mother-daughter relationship would be a little bit different than the average family maybe. And so that was a big part of this. But it's also about girls having the courage to go explore on their own and found family too.
Nice.
I like found family stories. That sounds great. All right. Well, thank you so much for that. That was a lot of fun. One thing Tiffany and I love about middle grade is the community that we've found. How do you all know each other, and why do you think it's important to have a community in your writing life? And whoever feels like answering first.
All right. I try to wait, but then nobody goes because I'm very talkative. So I'm like, we are part of a group that supports each other and called Mighty Middle Grade Authors. And we recently kind of started meeting online and supporting each other. And that's I think how we know each other. Although Celesta and I have known each other since debut year.
I think we were all in the 2020, like the Roaring 20s debut group, weren't we?
Yeah.
We all debuted in the pandemic. So that was another thing that connected us.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is the connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of talking online of all the things
Yeah.
that we were missing and we didn't get to experience as debuts. But I think we connected a lot on that level because of that.
I remember I watched Ernesto's live YouTube launch for A Friend Divided, and you were one of the first to do that. I remember it was everybody had to pioneer these new things. So I remember I watched yours and I was really impressed and excited, but it was like a time for us to support each other in new ways that we didn't expect.
Yes, for sure. We were just chatting away and we're like, okay, so what do we do? And there was nobody else we could turn to because this was a first for everybody.
Yeah.
The technology was just coming in, and we were just kind of like somebody, would come up with one idea, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try that. And so someday, we're going to be looked upon as the pioneers of the Zoom conferences and all that kind of stuff, because we're the ones that kind of invented it. We had to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So why do you think, other than the pandemic kind of keeping you all going, why do you think a community is so important for writers?
Well, I finished speaking, but I'll go again real quick. Sorry. I do talk a lot once I get going. I'm very quiet, but once you kind of wind me up,
Okay.
I think part of it is that when you write books, you spend so many hours by yourself. and you're kind of isolated. And then, you know, it's almost like it's really only the other authors that understand exactly how difficult it is to write books. And so they're kind of like your people. And so sometimes, at least for me, when I talk to other authors, it's like just I could meet an author for the very first time, and once we start talking, it's like we've been friends because we have this bond, this understanding that nobody else has except for us. Um, and I really I feed off the energy of meeting with other authors. It really motivates me and inspires me. How about you guys?
I totally agree. One of the things I was thinking is like how my writing communities have evolved as my own career has evolved. And, you know, when I was a younger writer and not published or anything yet, you know, you have a critique group, and then those people are like, they just hold you up, and then you get a little further along, and sometimes those groups change. Sometimes the people go with you. And now I find like this is my 6th book. And so now my circle has changed again to people who are, you know, further along, and like I haven't had a contract in the last 2 years. So it's like I felt like I had this massive explosion. I did really well, but then what? Like now I'm starting to pull in new people in a circle that have those similar experiences. And I think with that, especially without social media, I don't know how you would find those people. So I'm very grateful that we have each other.
One thing I really love about a community of writers is being able to kind of bounce ideas off of each other, brainstorm. And if you're in the middle of drafting a story and maybe you've come to a problem with your plot, or you're stuck with a character and their motivation or something, I feel like other writers, particularly in the same genre, so middle grade writers here, you know, that we understand how to write for middle grade. And it's really great to be able to talk about story and plot and characters with other middle grade writers. I love doing that.
I think, in kind of continuing on the middle grade aspect of it, middle grade is a very unique category. You write for children, but you have to get past the gatekeepers. It has to appeal to children, but it has to appeal to the adults in their lives as well. You also have to have a particular voice, which I don't think there's any other like category of writing where your voice has to be very specific, or it doesn't work. And I also think that most people who write middle grade really remember what it was like to be a child. And that is, you know, and my kids always tell me I'm like have the heart of a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Sense of humor, at least. But I do think there's something childlike about most middle grade authors as well.
I love that. I'm a middle school teacher, and I think that's the same about teachers. Like we all, I feel like, are there because that's where our inner child is. I am, an awkward little preteen with that sense of humor, and that's why I fit right in.
And you know, one of the best things about this industry, and especially the middle grade authors, also picture book authors too, I would say that none of us are in competition with each other, and we are all like one person's success is somebody else's success, and so we're all kind of cheering for each other. And I've never found an industry where I felt a sense of community like that before. Yeah. So it's wonderful.
I agree.
Yeah, I've noticed that too, and I love that. I really do. All right, so something fun, a game we want to play, a writing game, is called Round Robin. So one person's going to start a story with one sentence, and then the next person says a sentence, and so on until we have a little start of a story. So students, teachers, and librarians watching, you can do this too in your classroom and leave your stories in the comments. So who wants to start us off with a good intro sentence? Ernesto, let's ready.
All right, I got one. It's not very well. We'll see. I'll let you guys can. I'm sure you guys will turn this into something fantastic, though. So here we go. A long, long time ago, into the far future.
Ooh. Okay, Jess, go next.
Oh gosh, why?
Because you're next to him on the screen.
Just go around.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. I'm so bad with anything off the cuff. long time ago in the far future. I don't know. A little girl named Mary found a lost puppy.
Okay, Celesta.
Which was interesting because on their spaceship, they didn't have any animals that they knew of.
Ooh. PJ.
I'm just jotting down. Okay.
I love that.
Okay, I mean, that's a fun dog. I was on the spaceship. But then again, Mary wasn't really a little girl anyway.
Okay. I like that. I like the twist. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, yeah.
Do I need to keep going? Do I need more?
No, I think that's great. And I was gonna go, but I think that's a good ending.
It's a good prompt.
Yes.
That is a good prompt. So
Yeah.
that's really awesome. That would be a good little story starter. So if anyone starts a story, leave us a comment or tag us on social media. That would be awesome. I want to find out what Mary's up to.
I would like to hear other people like putting down where they could keep going and they can add something to the next line too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, that would be fun to keep going. All right. So now let's play some Truth or Dare. Each of you are going to take a turn choosing Truth or Dare, and we have a wheel to spin to decide what you have to do or say. So, who's the brave soul to go first?
I'll do it.
All right, so all right, are you choosing Truth or Dare?
I'm going to choose Truth.
Okay. Okay.
Biggest pet
Not
peeve?
terrible. Yes, biggest pet peeve.
Biggest pet peeve. I honestly think it's when people chew a lot of food with their mouth open.
Ooh, yeah.
That's the first one that came to mind.
Yeah. That's a good
The
one.
first one that came to my mind too.
All right, PJ, you're up next. Truth or Dare?
I said before that I was going to do Truth, but I think everybody would rather do Truth. So I'll do Dare.
Oh, yes.
Something not awful, please.
Write a poem about your favorite piece of clothing.
Okay.
All right.
Piece of clothing is my sports bra, and that feels like not the best thing to do. A poem. Okay, an ode to my Jack Skellington scarf.
Ooh.
I love you, but I can't wear you because I'm always too hot now. But someday we will be reunited.
Beautiful.
That was good. Yes.
Move it on.
I like that. Jack Skellington's pretty awesome. So
Yeah, it's my favorite.
I'm sure he misses you. All right. Ernesto. Truth or
Okay,
Dare?
so I'm actually in a public library with a huge window right here. So I'm gonna go with Truth, just so they don't kick me out of the building if I have to do something silly. So I'll go with Truth.
Okay. No way.
Biggest pet peeve.
All right. So what's your biggest pet peeve?
I think my biggest pet peeve is because I had a long drive today. I think it's drivers who don't signal.
Yeah.
I think it's just a matter of courtesy, and it's a safety issue too. So people who don't signal when they drive, I think that's probably my biggest pet peeve. Yeah.
I want one of you to be like, I don't use my turn signal. Like, I don't know anyone who would say it. Like, I don't use my turn signal. All right, Jess, what is your pet peeve? Or not pet peeve, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Truth or Dare? Truth or Dare?
Well, I'm too chicken to do Dare, so I'm going to say Truth.
Okay.
Watch
I'm
it
a
be
very
pet
honest
peeve again.
Hopefully we'll get a different one here. Okay. If you could
Ooh.
have 3 wishes, what would they be?
Number one, I wish I could pay for my kids' college tuition. Number two, gosh, that's tough. I feel like they should be really deep, but you know, I wish for all of us that we are able to continue doing what we love doing, which is writing for children. I do honestly wish that for everyone. And I guess lastly, this is something that just came off my brain. My husband had a school visit yesterday, and there was a kid in the auditorium who asked, "How do you find a book if you don't read and you don't know how to find good books?" And I thought it was such an awesome question. And so I hope that every kid out there knows that they can ask any teacher, any librarian, any bookstore owner, you know, and tell them the things that they really love and really enjoy, and then that person will help them find the book.
That's
I hope
great.
that I wish that kids would be brave enough to ask that.
Yes, I love that. All right, do we want to do one more round?
Sure.
Okay, so Celesta, truth or dare?
I guess I'm gonna try dare.
Oh man.
Oh no.
I want to read them all first.
Oh my gosh.
Yay, you sing though. This is okay. I was afraid I'd get singing.
It depends on what I'm singing. Okay.
Well, you get to pick.
I get to pick. There's no music, right? I just
No
pick
music. It just yeah.
Do you want us to make a beat or something?
Okay, I'm just gonna. This may be. I don't know. If this will be boring, but I'm just gonna sing "Amazing Grace" because that's what's in my book. And
Go
Tips
for
from
it.
Magicians. Harrison actually does sing, and he sings with his mom. So I'll just
I
sing a
love
little
that.
bit. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. The end.
Yeah.
Yay!
That was great. Way to be brave.
Thanks.
All right,
Okay,
PJ.
kids out there, if someone asks you to sing, be brave. You
Be
can do
brave.
it.
Love it.
Well, I'm going to pick truth this time because I was brave the first time, and now
You
I'm.
were. You were. Okay, what is one food you couldn't live without?
This is really painful because I'm on a liquid diet. I'm gearing up for a surgery, and I'm on a liquid diet. But what I believe I cannot live without are smothered burritos. I miss them so much right now. But yeah, I love a smothered burrito. Guacamole. Guacamole. That is the one, hands down. I could not
That's the
live
one.
without
Okay.
guacamole. Okay, that's the one. That's for
I
sure.
remember you posted on social media once that guacamole was love.
It's my love language. Absolutely. Guacamole.
Love it. All right, Ernesto.
I was trying to be really brave and say that I was going to go with the dare, but if I were to get the singing, there's no way I could follow up what you just did with that beautiful voice. So I'm going to chicken out, and I'm going to go with the truth.
That's okay. What animal is most like you?
Oh my goodness. You know, I was recently adopted by a cat, by a stray cat, and I think that that's kind of like that's who I am as far as like if I were an animal, because the cats kind of, they want to cuddle, they want to be with you, but only under their terms, like only
Yes.
when they want to. And I feel like that's kind of like me too. I think I'm a little moody, like the cats too.
I like
I can
that.
be lovable when you're lovable, but not so lovable when when you're not.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
It's a good one. Okay, Jess.
I'm just gonna stick to truth.
Okay.
'Cause I am not singing.
Do you have a nickname?
Well, as an adult, not really. I mean, I go by Jess instead of my full name, so that's kind of a nickname. But when I was a kid, my mom always called me Button.
Button.
Oh, that's
Aw,
cute.
I like that. That is cute. Well, that was awesome. Let's end with, what do you hope your readers will gain from reading your books? So whoever wants to start, what do you hope readers will gain from reading your books?
I think Jess should start. I don't think she started one yet. So I think I'm volunteering you.
I can start. That's totally fine. I'll start because I know the answer very quickly. I want kids to read. I mean, my books are for all kids, but I do write with girls in mind, you know, and for myself. And I want girls to not be afraid to explore, not too afraid to get dirty, you know, not be afraid of bugs and all of that kind of thing. And so a lot of that is in most of my books. So I want them to feel like they can embrace all of that stuff.
Good.
I guess
Celesta?
I can go next. So I hope that, so I wrote my first book, had a girl protagonist with a boy who was her best friend, and Tips for Magicians is a boy protagonist who has a boy and a girl who are his best friends. And so I try to write stories that will appeal to anyone, but I feel like we can read stories about anybody, and if they're different from us, great, because we can learn from that. And what I hope that any readers will get from my stories is, first, that family and love can be found by looking around you for those you can trust. And so I do write a lot about found family, and also that you're not alone, and that friendship and nature are places that you can find healing and joy.
That's beautiful.
I'll go
Go
next.
for it.
We'll go on the loop. I would like kids to fall in love with reading. Mine is Horace and Bullwinkle skews a little younger. So my target age is probably 8 to 10. And about 9 years old is where we lose a lot of readers. You know, like before that, kids say they love reading, and about 9 is when they like kind of fall away. And I'd like them to love reading. Also, in all of my books, I have like emotional arcs, and I'd like kids to learn it's okay to talk about your feelings. It's okay to be frustrated with your siblings. And sometimes a move is hard, but you can still find that the new place can become home.
No, I like that.
Yes, nice. Okay, so for me, I also write books that I think are pretty universal for everybody, for all readers, but I definitely do always include Latino characters in all my books that I write. So I want the readers to see themselves in there, whether you're a first generation like Efren, Mexican American like Efren, or a second generation like Isaac, or a third generation and half Jewish, half Mexican American like Marco. I want kids to know that no matter what they're going through in life, also they're not alone, and that they're awesome the way they are, and that honestly we all have a lot more power than we think we do. We're able to do a lot more than we think we can, and it's always okay to ask for help.
Yes. Those are all great messages. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today, and all of our readers. We hope you enjoyed the show and are inspired to pick up some of these awesome books by these authors. And we'll be back next week with some more guests and some more fun. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And you can follow all of these authors and their socials in the description below, and their websites. And yeah, go get their books. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.